Hello, and welcome to my YouTube video. My name is Yumeame. Today I will be talking about my art progress journey. This is mostly targeted for new artists that feel kind of overwhelmed by the art community and think they're not good enough or think they don't have the talent for it. I want to firstly address that art is one of the few talents that can be learned by practicing a lot. The art that I will be showcasing is not the best of the best out there on the internet, but for me it is good enough, and as long as I keep practicing and I think it's good, that's all that matters. Now I will be showcasing one of my recent artworks. The characters that you see here are maybe for a potential webtoon. It is a collaboration with a friend of mine, but because I have so many projects left and right, I have to take one project at a time, so we will see. I am still very new with backgrounds. That's why I'm trying to show you this one, because this is one that I'm kind of proud. I know I could have done better with a background, but I'm just saying that I'm forcing myself to draw more backgrounds, because by drawing more backgrounds I practice more and more, and that's what matters, because I learn by my mistakes. Now you see this and you might think it's mediocre, you might think it's amazing, and you might think it's ew. First off, what matters is how you feel about your own drawing. Of course, if there are people out there that give you some constructive criticism, always be open-minded, because it could help you progress into your art. But if there are people out there that are just being mean to be mean, and because they just want to put their negativity out there, just remind yourself you can draw these people in embarrassing ways, and they're just embarrassing themselves that they have to just pick on somebody on the internet. I didn't always used to draw like that. As a kid, I used to draw my dog in comics, like a lot. It was like I was a fangirl of my own dog, and I wouldn't stop drawing her. I loved her a lot. She was my first dog, so I was mesmerized by her. But what I'm trying to say is that even as a kid, I used to draw a lot, even if it was bad. Sorry, I'm trying not to curse. Then I switched to my Sonic era, and that was a very long era. I would draw Sonics everywhere. I had the merchandise, I had video games, and I would draw Sonic left and right. At school, I'd be known as Sonic Girl, because that's all I would be talking about, that's all I would be drawing. And after a good 5 years of just pure Sonic mania, I started to draw characters. And when I mean characters, I mean human characters, not a blue hedgehog. And I tried to do many characters. And it was not looking good. It was horrid. I mean, I tried to switch from drawing an animal humanoid to a human. And back then I would be thinking, oh yeah, this looks like a masterpiece. Mwah. For new artists out there, this is what being an artist is. The more you practice and the more you draw, in the moment you think what you're doing is amazing, and then the next day you think it's garbage. But you have to remind yourself that this is a journey and you learn by your mistakes. Even artists that are amazing, they sometimes see their own drawings and they think it's horrible, but it really isn't. It's just how they feel about it. And after that, after drawing many human characters, I started to focus on semi-realism and realism, like a lot. I wanted to be the best and everything to be perfect, to the point kinda consumed me. I can showcase some of my artworks here. They're kinda very old, and it kinda drained me. I love doing it, but to my eyes, nothing ever looked good. I couldn't do the things I wanted to draw perfect, and it would sometimes discourage me, especially when I saw how others were able to do it so effortlessly. I also have family members that are drawing more realism, and I have a friend that draws semi-realism better than me. So I was kind of sometimes getting discouraged that I'm not on their level. But again, I didn't really have my art style back then. I didn't know what I really wanted to draw. So it was a journey of trying to learn what I want to do. In a few years of just doing that, I started discovering anime and manga. And I was like, who needs realism? I want that art style. But that also mentally confused me. My brain wanted realism, and by trying to draw anime, it looked so weird. Like, if you've seen the proportions of a anime character or a manga character and you compare them to semi-realism, it just weirded me out. Because why are the eyes big? Why is the face like that? Of course, realism kind of also helps you understand like body anatomy, so that also kind of helped, but it was just the face that kind of weirded me out. But yeah, it was a weird time because it was hard to adjust the switch, so I took it slow. I started semi-realism with colors that would make it less realistic, and I tried not to focus so much on realistic details, so I kind of tried to make it more like in a cartoonish style. You can judge by the pictures that I will be showcasing. And then I started to draw Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, which it was a bad idea because their outfits are impossible. It takes time and effort and after effort. If you don't know those games, here's some pictures of how the character outfits look like, and you can kind of understand what I mean. But I managed, it wasn't impossible. Here's some artworks that I did. They're kind of old, but I'm still proud of them because it took time and tears. And some of them I'm still proud of them because, as I would say. And here are some old sketches that I never finished, but here you go, you can see that I used to draw like, I think I did not draw well, but I might one day pick it up again and do it in my art style that I have today. And after drawing a lot of anime and manga fan art like Jujutsu Kaisen, I wanted to do my own comic. As I said, as a child, I used to draw many comics. My dog, creepypasta. Yes, I was one of those kids. I did comic projects for my school back then. I used to go to an activity to do comics. And now I try to draw as much every day, because even if I don't have the mood or motivation, it's like an addiction. It's like an itch in my brain that cannot go away. But I'm also a person who wants to draw and wants to read, wants to write, because I want to do something productive. I used to play a lot of games, and these past few months I haven't played much anything because I'm so focused on doing something productive, which is pretty good if you're like that. But I kind of miss playing games, but I don't have the motivation for that anymore. But anyways, that is not the point. I started doing small projects, like an animatic that is still ongoing. I started it this summer, and my art style has been keep changing it, and one day, I promise you, I will finish it and post it. It is a Honkai Star Rail animatic, and I started this project to help me continuously draw manga style and to learn how to not put so many details on their clothing, since their clothes are so detailed, so I need to learn to minimize it. And by doing so, I gradually found an art style that I like. But of course, that doesn't mean I stop trying new things and trying to improve and get better. For anyone learning out there, I'd recommend watching YouTube art tutorials. I don't do that a lot because I have the attention span of a 5-year-old, but I have bought some how to draw books, and the ones I'd recommend are Drawing Anime Faces and Feelings by Studio Heart Deluxe, Drawing Manga, telling exciting stories with amazing characters and skillful composition by Naoto Tate and Kiyoshi Nitu. If I pronounced this wrongly, my apologies. And then there's also the one called Anime and Manga Digital Coloring Guide by Teruko Sakurai. Now these 3 books have helped me a lot, and especially the 2 last ones, because the drawing manga one helped me understand how to draw clothing folds, which it's something that I struggled for many years. And the digital coloring can be useful even outside of manga, because it's talking about digital colors and compositions, and I think it's very useful. I would recommend them. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope this video encouraged some people to understand that art is not something that you get born with, it's something that you practice, and it's not something that you should get discouraged just because you're not good right away. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I surely enjoyed talking about my progress and having to see my old artworks and see how far I've come from. And yeah, I hope your day shines brightly and your pillow is cold tonight. See you next time!